The pursuit of knowledge begins here. Welcome to Inquisitio. There is an animal that sees the world only in shades of gray, and yet it manages to mimic any surface it touches with a precision that science took decades to even begin to explain. The question of how this is possible has no simple answer. It reveals something deeper about what camouflage truly is. It is not paint. It is not a disguise. It is language. It is survival. And sometimes a lie so well constructed that it deceives even those who know what to look for. In the natural world, this system takes forms that go far beyond what we can imagine. The most elemental camouflage begins with shape. The stick insect possesses no special pigment or reactive skin. It has a body that evolution has sculpted over millions of years to replicate a dry twig in every detail. Its legs bend at the exact angle of a broken branch. And when it moves, it does not do so directly. It sways its body from side to side with the slow rhythm of a stalk in the wind. Immobility is the technique. Movement, when it exists, is part of the deception. The owl, however, achieves the same result through a different path. Texture. Each feather fragments the body's outline into irregular patterns that the eye cannot define. Perched on a trunk, the boundary between the animal and the tree dissolves. Not because the animal has disappeared, but because the eye does not know where to look. But there are forms of camouflage that do not depend solely on the body. They depend on time. The Arctic fox has two coats, brown in summer, white in winter. The change is regulated by the photoperiod, the hours of available light, not by temperature, not by snow. The system works because, for millennia, the calendar of light and the calendar of snow coincided. Today, they often do not. When the snow melts earlier in the spring, the fox remains white against a landscape already exposed. The same system that protects it becomes the very thing that exposes it. Until now, all these systems have been passive. The sculpted shape, the inherited pattern, the calendar of light. What comes next is different. It changes in direct response to the world, in real time, by its own intent. The chameleon is the popular symbol of active camouflage. It is also one of the most misunderstood animals in existence. Camouflage does exist, but as a secondary function of a system that evolution built, above all, to be seen. The intensity and pattern of the colors signal emotional states, intent, and hierarchy. When a male darkens in the presence of another, he is not trying to disappear. He is declaring dominance. But during mating, the system reveals its clearest opposite. The male displays the most intense colors he can produce, not to vanish, but to be seen, by females and rivals at the same time. The female responds with her own change. If receptive, her colors soften. If not, the pattern darkens and closes, a rejection visible from meters away. When the skin lightens under direct sun, it is reflecting heat. When it darkens at dawn, it is absorbing it. The chameleon's skin is simultaneously a system of communication and thermal regulation. Camouflage, in this case, is primarily a popular misconception. The octopus solves the problem differently and takes active camouflage to a level no other animal has reached. Beneath the skin, three distinct layers work simultaneously. Chromatophores control the pigment, iridophores reflect and modulate light, and muscular papillae alter the surface texture in real time, from smooth to rough, from flat to spiky. All of this happens in fractions of a second, without conscious thought, in direct response to what the eyes capture. The result is not just a change in color. It is the complete reconstruction of the surface the animal touches. Porous rock, irregular coral, textured sand. The octopus does not mimic the color. It mimics the object. The mimic octopus belongs to the same family, but what it developed is of a different order. Where the common octopus disappears into the surface, the mimic octopus imitates other animals, their shape, their movement, their behavior. It flattens its body, and undulates its limbs to replicate the glide of a flatfish across the bottom. It can assume the silhouette and pattern of venomous animals known in its area, not to hide what it is, but to be recognized as something the predator has learned to avoid. In waters where that memory exists, mimicking is more effective than disappearing. The cuttlefish does everything the octopus does: chromatophores, iridophores, papillae that alter texture in real time. What distinguishes it is not the mechanism, it is the condition under which it performs. It does so without seeing colors. For decades, this question has lacked a satisfactory answer. The cuttlefish has only one type of photoreceptor, enough to distinguish light from shadow, to navigate, to hunt, not enough to distinguish wavelengths. For the cuttlefish, the world is literally achromatic. The most solid hypothesis today involves the unusual shape of its pupil. A W shape, unlike the vast majority of animals. This geometry allows light to enter from different angles simultaneously. Different wavelengths focus at slightly different distances on the retina, a phenomenon called chromatic aberration. By continuously adjusting its focus, the cuttlefish may be extracting color information from this offset, not by seeing the colors, but by measuring them through another means. But the eyes may not be the only system at play. The cuttlefish's skin contains its own photoreceptors, opsins directly integrated into the chromatophores. The skin can detect light independently. What this means is that the entire body may be reading the environment simultaneously with the eyes, processing information that the eyes alone cannot provide. The cuttlefish may not need to see colors because its skin is already feeling them. Science does not have certainty. What it has is an animal that solves a problem it should not be able to solve, without the tools that everyone else uses to do so. Human beings also camouflage themselves, and we do it for the same reason. We learn early on which emotions are safe to show and which are better hidden, which version of ourselves the group accepts, and which we must isolate. We adapt our behavior, our speech, our presentation by the same imperative that drives the cuttlefish, the mimic octopus, and the Arctic fox to survive in the environment where we exist. The environment has changed. The instinct has not. And perhaps that is why the moments when the camouflage drops are so rare and so heavy. When someone chooses to be seen as they truly are, without adjustment, without adaptation, they are not rejecting instinct. They are trusting that the environment is safe enough for it. And that is one of the hardest things there is. Recognizing this instinct in ourselves is not a weakness to admit. It is a connection to understand. Because when it is true, it gives life to life itself. There are still other mechanisms that evolution left us, equally ancient, equally invisible, that most people have never stopped to recognize. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and let us know in the comments what surprised you most about this story, because here, curiosity never sleeps, and there is always more to discover.